Lucy Parker was having a terrible day. First, her alarm clock didn't go off. Then she spilled coffee on her white blouse, and now she was stuck in an elevator with a stranger. Perfect, she muttered, hitting the emergency button in frustration. Relax, we're not in a horror movie, joked the man beside her. Lucy turned to glare at him. He was tall, with tousled brown hair and a cheeky grin that only worsened her mood. Do you find it amusing being stuck here? Well, it's better than being in a boring meeting, he shrugged. I'm Ethan, by the way. Lucy sighed. Lucy. Nice name. Sounds like someone with a lot of patience. Lucy crossed her arms. Only if I'm not locked in an elevator with a guy who makes bad jokes. Ethan smiled. Oh, this is going to be fun. She didn't know it then, but Ethan was right. Lucy thought she would never see Ethan again after the elevator incident. That was until she arrived at her office and saw him sitting at the desk opposite hers. What are you doing here? She asked in disbelief. Ethan grinned with amusement. I work here. Isn't it amazing? Lucy closed her eyes and took a deep breath. No, it's not. Well, get ready, Parker, because we're teammates now. And so began the torture. Or rather, the best story of her life. From that day, Ethan seemed to have a mission, to make Lucy's life unbearable. First, he changed her computer's language to Japanese. Then he covered her desk in sticky notes with ridiculous phrases like smile, it's free. But Lucy wouldn't take it lying down. One day, she replaced the sugar in his coffee with salt. Ethan nearly spat the drink out in the boardroom. All right, Parker, it's war, he said, narrowing his eyes. And so it was. Every day was a new challenge, a new prank. And without realizing it, they went from enemies to something more, something that made them smile every time they looked at each other. The dynamic changed when, one day, during an office party, Ethan and Lucy found themselves under the mistletoe. Everyone around them began chanting, kiss, kiss, kiss. Lucy felt her face burning. Ethan just smiled. Rules are rules, Parker. She rolled her eyes. It's just a stupid mistletoe. Exactly. It means nothing, or does it? Before she could protest, Ethan leaned in and kissed her. And that was when Lucy realized this wasn't just a game. After the kiss, everything got weird. Ethan started looking at her differently. Lucy started smiling whenever he was around. But then came the news that changed everything. Ethan was going to be transferred to another city. It's not definite, he said, but it means we might not see each other for a while. Lucy felt a knot in her stomach. Well, fewer pranks for me. He smiled sadly. Yeah, fewer pranks. And at that moment, Lucy understood something. She didn't want fewer pranks. She wanted more. She wanted Ethan in her life. Lucy was never the type to do crazy romantic things. But there she was running through the airport like in one of those cheesy movies she always criticized. When she saw Ethan in the boarding line, she shouted his name. He turned around, surprised. Lucy. She took a deep breath. You can't go. Ethan raised an eyebrow. Why not? Lucy bit her lip, but then with the same boldness she had used for pranks, she said, because I like you, idiot.